Hi, I'm Dave from softshuffle.co.uk, and SoftShuffle is the system I created to let you fully randomize any size deck of cards just by dealing it out. So one of the frequently asked questions is, why should I care about SoftShuffle? And the perhaps surprising answer is you might not. And that's okay. So I've tried to be very clear that SoftShuffle isn't about gatekeeping how people shuffle decks of cards. It's about offering an alternative to regular physical shuffling if you find that physical shuffling doesn't work for you in some circumstances. And that was why I originally created it. So I was finding that physical shuffling wouldn't give me the kind of randomization I wanted some of the time. And so I wasn't happy that I had no alternative. So I wanted to go out there and create it. And the problems I had they came from two related subjects. So types of or levels of randomness and the physicality of regular shuffling. So if we think of an ideal shuffle is one where the original order of the cards doesn't matter and each possible order of the cards we could end up with is possible and equally likely. I wanted that. And the problem with physical shuffling is you can get to a good level of randomness, so you can get to the point where all of those possible orders are possible, but getting away from the original order of the cards affecting the probability of each of those orders is actually quite tricky, and then you kind of have to keep shuffling indefinitely to get to that point of them all being equally likely. And that kind of bugged me because from a software background, I know that it's possible to get to that equal likelihood quite easily digitally. But also related to that is this was all in the context of board games for me, and although I can do a pretty good riffle of 52 cards, getting the level of randomization I wanted in a lot of games wasn't happening. So the classic example is, okay, I don't have 52 cards. I in fact have a deck of 100, 150, 200 cards for a large deck driven game, but I still want a good level of randomness, and I can't riffle 150 cards. So you start thinking about things like, well, do I split the deck up? And okay, well then how many times do I need to riffle? And given that a usual statistic on a good shuffle is 7 riffles for 52 cards, does that mean 150 cards needs 21 riffles? And then if I'm splitting the deck up, am I doing 42 or 63 riffles? And I'm not gonna realistically ever do. So on top of that, there's all the problems of some decks I was finding like wouldn't riffle very well for various reasons, or I didn't want to bend them, or they were small cards that were difficult to riffle. And I was quite often finding myself in a situation where I would kind of do a physical shuffle and I'd be like, I don't feel like that is actually random, but I also know that it should be possible to get an ideal shuffle. And it bugged me that I wasn't making the choice. And so ultimately I went out and made soft shuffle to do that. So soft shuffle gives you a trade-off. It takes a bit longer, but you know that you're getting that ideal shuffle. And so ultimately, whether or not you care about it is going to depend on whether you find physical shuffling sometimes doesn't work for you. And I like it. I like the fact that it's up to me now. Like, I can go, yep, I'm happy with what physical shuffling gives me for this game, this particular time. Or I can go, yeah, I'm not happy with what physical shuffling gives me, so I'm going to use soft shuffle. And I will say, most of the time I am starting to use soft shuffle for pretty much, not all of the things I play, but for a good chunk of them. And so, yeah, you might care if those kind of things resonate with you, or you might not care. And either way, it's all good. Just created it to help people and give them more options. And if you sounds like something you'd like to try, go to softshuffle.co.uk. It's free to try, free to use, and there's even a print and play mat you can try it with.